Well, I want to talk a little bit about your options when it comes time to purchasing a Model 3 or a Model Y. And really, it comes down to, should you buy the car outright or should you lease it? Now, when you're looking at just payments, of course, it's going to be more per month if you have a loan versus leasing the car. But we're in unique times right now, and that is because all Model 3s and all Model Ys do qualify for that $7,500 tax credit. That changes a lot of the formula. Now, I'm not going to go into all the specifics about the tax credits. I do have a video for that. I'll post a link right up here for you. But today's video is focused on why you should or should not lease a Model 3 or a Model Y. As you well know by now, Tesla recently changed all pricing across all models, all trims. The Model 3 and the Model Y had pretty significant drops at the beginning of the year. Now, the Model 3 is a little bit of a unique situation because while the Model Y is starting to go back up in price, there's been a lot of push and pressure on keeping the Model 3 low and bringing that price down even lower. We've seen a couple of price decreases on the Model 3 standard range, and that's really what brings the highlight of today's video, the $349 a month lease. The reason behind all of this is because of those tax credits. And when you are leasing a car, technically you do not qualify for the tax credits, but the bank that is financing this car on your behalf, that is then leasing it to you, does qualify for those tax credits. So in this case, Tesla would be getting that $7,500, or whichever bank they are funding your lease through would be getting that $7,500. And in this case, they're rolling that back to you in the form of buying down that payment. So that $349 a month includes another $4,500 down from you and 36 months, 10,000 miles. Forget about the fact that that's not enough miles or whatever. Let's just keep everything how it is for now. Real quick though, if you enjoy content just like this, be sure to subscribe. And by clicking that like button, it really helps to get this video out to more people. On the flip side, if you purchase this vehicle, depending on your situation, you may qualify for up to $7,500 in tax credits. Now, essentially the high level of this is, for right now, until the Secretary releases their guidance, which is due sometime this month, the Model 3 standard range does qualify for the full $7,500. That could potentially change once the Secretary releases their guidance about battery components and minerals and how all that is going to impact Tesla's qualification, at least for the standard range Model 3. With an LFP battery pack, there is a reasonable chance that it may not qualify for that $7,500. So do keep that in mind. MSRP caps are not exceeded, and that car does qualify being assembled in North America. The only other qualifications are on you. How much money do you make? Is your adjusted gross income $150,000 or less as an individual, or $300,000 or less as a joint filer? Then you could qualify. Now, this is not a refundable credit, so you must have tax liability. That is not the same thing as getting a tax refund at the end of the year. Speak to your tax accountant for more clarification on that if you don't understand that. It's 2023 and everything in our lives is connected. Even your Tesla is connected to the cloud. With so much on the line, online, why would you not protect yourself? Did you know that everything you do online is being stored, tracked, and sold? Even when using incognito mode, your traffic is still being tracked. The only thing it's doing is preventing your computer from saving your search data. With all the travel I do in my Tesla, I am constantly connected and need secure access on the road. Connecting to so many unfamiliar networks is already sketchy enough, but that's why I use private internet access, VPN, wherever I go. A VPN hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. This way, it shields your digital life from the eyes of those who are looking to exploit your private information. PIA VPN allows you to take care of your everyday needs without the fear of someone tracking you. Even better, they have a strict no log policy, meaning your data is gone forever. So if you're like me and you don't like somebody spying on you, let's see here. That's better. You need private internet access. By using my link in the description, piavpn.com/bearded Tesla, you will save 83% off. Plus, you'll get 4 months for free. That's like $2 a month. Not even close to the taxes you're paying on those Amazon orders you swore you were done making. Plus, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, there is zero risk to give it a try. So, if you're worried about spy balloons, it might be time to get your own VPN with private internet access. Hey babe, was it just one balloon? Was it 3? Do we not know this? Nobody knows? So there's a couple of assumptions here. I'm looking at this assuming you qualify for that $7,500 tax credit. So this could all change very soon if the secretary does release guidance and it no longer qualifies. So let's look at the numbers here. So $349 a month for 36 months gives you $12,564. Now remember, we put $4,500 down, giving you a total over that 36 months of $17,064. That $17,000 is the total cost over that 3-year period to have this car. At the end of that, you have nothing to show for it. You just turn the car in. Over on the buy side, as it sits right now in Tesla's website, you can purchase a Model 3 standard range for $652 a month with $4,500 down, 5.44% APR, and the total amount you are financing is $39,880. So $652 times 36 months is $23,472. But don't forget, we did put that $4,500 down, giving us $27,972. Now this is starting to sound like a lot. This is a $10,000 difference. But remember, if you did qualify for that $7,500, when it comes time to file your 2023 taxes, you're going to get that $7,500 back. So in essence, your real cost of having this car minus that $7,500 is $20,472. But remember, at the end of this, you still have that car and it doesn't matter how many miles you have on it. If you look at the calculator here, you're looking at still owing about $21,559. The big question is, what is this car worth at the end of that 3 years? And this is really where things start to make more sense of why you might not necessarily save all that much money at the end of the day. What is a 3-year-old Model 3 standard range going for right now? So by eliminating all the cars that have rebuilt titles, salvage, all those weird title issues, and looking within a 200-mile radius of my area here in Central Florida, here's what we're looking at. The cheapest car right now, standard range Model 3, is $31,000. And this goes up from there, but basically $31,000 to $35,000 seems to be about the low end of the market and a very reasonable number that you should be thinking about, at least in today's market, of what that car would be worth 3 years old. So yes, you saved about $3,400 in your payments by leasing versus purchasing, but you also don't have anything to show for it. On the other hand, you have about $10,000 or so in equity had you been paying for this as an owned vehicle. Now, Tesla's pricing has been very erratic. It can fluctuate very quickly and very steeply, so do keep that in mind. Markets change very rapidly, and as we continue to be in an uncertain market, this is a risk that you are facing. And one of the comforts of leasing versus buying is you're in a car, you know how much you're going to pay, and you turn the keys in at the end of the day. And when you own the car, you own that, and you own it when the market goes up, you own it when the market goes down. So keep that in mind as well. But in essence, it does not make sense to lease unless you are in a very unique situation. First and foremost, if you do not qualify for the tax credits, it might be worth considering leasing because you can get the value of those tax credits via the payment on the lease. Also, if you own a business and this is a business vehicle, that's a tax write-off, of course. So there are some unique situations, but the idea of this at the end of the day is do not be completely wrapped up in that payment number because that is not the full picture. The payment does seem like or feel like mentally a 300-ish number versus a 600-ish number or half the price on a monthly basis, but that's not the reality of it. So if you can swing it, it is definitely worth at least considering purchasing over leasing. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this was somewhat eye-opening. It doesn't mean you should or shouldn't lease. It doesn't mean you should or shouldn't buy, but it should at least help you, give you the ammunition to understand a little bit more detail about what the considerations are when you go forward with this pretty large purchase. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, give it the thumbs up. If you haven't already, of course, subscribe to the channel as we continue to post content regularly. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram @BeardedTesla. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.